sovereign mentality. The guns next. Sovereignty first within self. So we got here with self-realization. We have been efficient and can expand this based upon practical strategy. Not going down talking to Johnny. And if any of y'all got to talk to Johnny, study Johnny, or deal with Johnny, it's not because we don't have it. It's because you're not humble enough to sit under it and get it. You feel me? I'm not going to get it from no nigga. I'd rather go to Johnny and get my ass whooped and learn it that way. Because we went through Johnny and got our ass whooped to find out. I remember my teacher came to me. He took every book of all the white people I had and took them and threw them out. I said, what did you do that for? You reading books of dead Europeans. He said, I'm trying to teach you about this sovereignty and this nationalism, and you sitting up here reading books about dead-ass Europeans. That's deep. He said, I don't want to hear no more dead-ass Europeans up in here. So that's deep. At the time, I thought that was extreme. The point I got to now, I realized it. You have to humble yourself to get what people got. Certain people are not going to let you sit under them to get what they got because of their agenda. You can watch their tapes all day, but you cannot go among them and get what's real. And if you go to an election, pay $10, you got to sit 15 feet from them. They're not going to let enough of the information get up on the internet. They real shit they're not letting out.
And what you said, no, will work with. I know you on it. And in that, just your watching of them tapes, just because you watch it doesn't mean that you know that you have become self-realized, because the same energy, it's not the same energy off of head knowledge and then actually self-actualize yourself in your being.
You're teaching. You're teaching. So they're not going to let you get under them and see them day to day. They'll tell you all this deep ass shit about you not having to eat, but they eating good. They fat at every lecture you see them. So they're not going to let you get close enough to get the truth, but they'll keep giving you something marketable. With this nation, we opened the door. We said, come up here. Our method, you ain't gotta worry about eating less than paying us for a lecture. We're going to come up with how to work with you to provide the food and the housing and the clothes. We're not asking you for nothing. But these other television evangelists, you got to pay $25 to sit far away from them to hear some shit they done concocted. That doesn't even reflect their real attitude of what they're really about. If you saw them walking down the street, you wouldn't even know who the hell they was. With the pimp stroll they got. Is that the dude that was on the DVD? No, it couldn't be him. He pimping it. Seriously. So to come and be among real people and get real knowledge, that say we have all the knowledge and we way past the shamans and all the spiritual beings of all the, that's arrogant. But I bet you we got something. We doing this. We got something that you need. We got it. And the sweet thing about it is we're willing to give it up because we know we all can't grow till you get it. But if you got a spooky mentality about what it is and don't value it because it's right in front of you and it has made itself available to you because it knows it's the only way it can get to you, by making itself available to you. It can't get to you with no other strategy. If somebody got something to hand it to you, at some point they got to come and give it to you for you to get it. They can't give it to you through a DVD, through a book. We have to be in proximity to experience the same fourth dimensional reality, to get taught through the experiences. Where as we're walking through the experiences, it could be pointed out, that's that, that's that. You're not going to get that through a lecture. It's not going to happen. A lecture can help define and articulate some things to make that experience more helpful, but it's better to learn right there in the experience. It's a fact. You could learn more from what people are really about, the real magic and power and consciousness that they really having by really being there among them, seeing what they really do. And you see them, go pay a bill. I'm going to pay my gas bill. Feel me? You see what they really are actually doing. And you find out it ain't that magical. They selling DVDs and paying bills. And you are supposed to be learning magic, and they using monetary system.
It's just my trick.
It's a fact. A Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
So we're among people. But they get among us, we make the knowledge so simple. You'd be surprised that the magic and the power is just so simple.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's profound.
Right. Man, that's what y'all do. Dang. Don't think it's not deep enough. Just know it just wasn't that deep at all. If something is doable, it's simple. If it ain't simple, it isn't doable. If somebody come with you with some whole complex shit, it don't exist. You already know they're lying. Because this is a simple way to do anything. Why it may appear complicated because you don't understand it, when you really come down to where you actually got it, it's something simple. So we give simple truths. Talk to people and say, well, if you can find out what the magic is and what your self-empowerment really was, what it really looks like, you ask people, would they really be open to it? Because in their mind, they have made up something else. Where some of them will never obtain the true self-realization and true power because of what they made it up to be versus what it is. And I build with people, they say, well, you ain't taught me the secrets yet. You ain't taught me the meditation. You ain't taught me the... I said, when the hell did you see me doing it, though? You want what you claim I have in the spiritual power. But you want something that you ain't even seen me do. So I'm going hiding, doing spiritual incantations now. This is a real perspective that they actually really had. And I said, no, it's actually simple. What you will actually be shared with. But while you're closed-minded to simplicity, because some people have niggerized simplicity, where the simple ain't nothing. They've niggerized it. But while even in the simple is the sacred, depending on how you approach it. Within the simple shit is a lot of depth, a lot of spiritualness, depending on how you approach it. It doesn't have to be a crystal from another planet. It's how you approach the rocks that are around you. You can bring down Goliath with them. You feel me? If you understand them for what they really are. So nation building puts people in that position. But if they come in with what the white boy has told him and what the black charlatans have told them, then they're arguing that against functional truth. This is what this black charlatan told me. What has that black charlatan got set up? Can we go and be with something humanitarian with that charlatan tonight? Come on, let's go. You meet so many security guards, you would swear you was trying to rob a bank. Those black people got an army of motherfuckers just to say, no, it ain't what you think. No, we just getting money now, going somewhere. By the time you get there, charlatans. So they argue what the charlatans say and the Europeans say versus being learning and open to what real black people really have to offer based upon moving to a real position in a real place at some real point in time. What the charlatan told them is more entertainable. Well, you can do this, and if you levitate this and you levitate that, and after you get through all that, go pay this bill. Am I correct? And after you do this ritual, then you're going to go pay. Pay this for.
And you know what, Noble? The deep thing is, even in nation building, because, you know, you said nation building is building a temple, self-development. In that, the hugest problem we have as a people, human beings, but really as a race, is that aspect of humility.
Right,
I mean, the audacity of us a people, and we don't even go to the white boy established with that same audacity. They might, some people always had fuck the world attitude, and we go to jobs and kind of shit on jobs. But there's certain establishments that you just don't enter. Like if you enter a spot, you know you gotta. It's all these commendations in going into a spot, and they would enter into something like this with an attitude like it's just a terrible attitude, and in that attitude, that's what we face. Our challenges, we really face that as a people. You know what I mean? We can be conscious over here with all this other stuff, but when we deal with each other, that just comes in. You know, the niggas ain't shit, syndrome, or I want to tell you about all these other people. They right in your face in the manifestation and want to tell you about 10 other elders, niggas who know all this, and you just got to be subject to it. And because of your humbleness, I will sit and listen.
Right.
But then after you done, it's like, man, come on, man. Right. You know.
They even tell you about when they used to be conscious. I used to do that. And spend a whole day talking about that. What about now? Because when you get people, when they start getting past 30, they have a used to be conscious period that they trying to relive. They ain't trying to be on nation building. They trying to relive when they used to be conscious. It's deep. The experience that they had. You know what I'm saying? This is what it was like.
That's fairly young. Real young.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, people be conscious in their early 20s. Then when they fall off.
Yeah.
Then when they start getting past 30, then they be trying to play it back, rewind it.
Yeah.
This is what it was like. That was what it was like when you was fake.
Right.
This is what it's like being real for 15 years. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's not the same.
It's like,
But if you take that superficial approach you had in the past, you're going to be superficial again. Because you still being superficial. Go ahead.
it's like we were at the store in front of the Soul Veg standing on top of the American flags out there, and one of the brothers came up and was like, yeah, I remember when we used to do it like that, and da-da-da and all this stuff, and yeah, we always like seeing stuff like that, but you know, people know what we about, though. You don't even have to take it that far type of thing. You know what I mean? But it's like, why would you lose? Like, when did you lose that energy and that forcefulness, that, you know, that power of just wanting to see everybody to come up on that level? When did it just become, oh, that's, you know, that's what it is.
And I thought the same thing about them, because I was studying with them when they was most militant, when they was talking about nation time, before they let white people in. I caught the end of that. And then I see them now, I'm like, they passive. They don't have that fiery spirit. So it's interesting that you mentioned that, though. They did. Used to be like,
Right.
that's what they did. They could get more money that way.
Yeah.
I said, man, that's an example of what I choose not to be.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's an example. The fire is not with them no more. They used to be fiery, though. Just come to buying a plate, they get to move quick. Old people come out the back. Them plates. Them damn plates.
What was the Nubian shark?
95 years old. I had my wheatgrass. Let me get this plate to you. Like, damn. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Was the Nubian charging that day at the little
Yeah.
reunion?
$15 a plate.
What? No.
15.
They lost their fire, but you know what? You will go through some situations that'll make you want to lose your fire and get you some money. So it's not hard to comprehend how they got there, but having the fortitude not to fall.
Yes, sir.
Because what the little levels we break down, talking about, man, shit, that turned into a big breakdown for them. You know what I'm saying? So we're all going through that. We just have more fortitude to stand.
And that's what you were saying in the lecture. That's the initiation. We are all
Absolutely.
tried by that initiation.
Right,
And that's how you keep your the true spiritual sense of self. That's how you keep your essence.
Right.
You know, you keep passing the buck.